YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. I'm going to start this video off by just saying, please give me your attention and listen to what I'm about to say. You don't get a second shot at the first impressions. And my video upload from yesterday was an attempt for me to just make a video specifically a part one of two. So there'll be a part two, but a part one of specifically my issues with Samsung S95C. It's a great TV, amazing TV, but you guys deserve to hear all the great stuff and all the bad stuff. Now, with that being said, I want to address two different issues within that video. You can check that video out. It was yesterday's upload, but we're going to address two things specifically with me going more in depth. Now, I'm going to just talk about these two things so you can try to replicate them if you have this TV. Let me start by just saying this TV has day one firmware. It does not have internet on it. So as I said in yesterday's upload, me updating the firmware could potentially address these issues. However, I'm not willing to update this TV's firmware because the TV overall performs great from a picture quality perspective. It gives me the peak brightness. The input latency is sweet. All the different things that I feel like I need to have that I'm okay with are working fine. So we're going to do this with me being in front of the TV. I'm going to start by just turning this television on. So the first thing we're going to address is going to be the issue I showed yesterday with television having this crazy, the crazy merger of what content, right? So we've got an HDMI source here, the Apple TV, Apple 4K TV. This is the 2022 model. So great. We showed that. It's an excellent option. I'm currently binge watching You. I'm on season 2. I have seen season 2. This is a great show. I loved Dexter. He gives me the Dexter vibes. I just finished watching Power, episode 8 off of season 3. Amazing show. I love that. I love what seeing Mary J. Blige and all the rest of the young crew. They're doing a great job in that drama. So, okay, I'm watching this, right? Let's just say I'm done watching this content and I want to play on my PC. This video gonna have some time because I'm gonna reenact this. My gaming PC is right here. There's an RTX 3090 in it. I just hit the power button to turn it on. I'm gonna step off so I can get my keyboard so I can log into the computer. Now, in a real-time scenario, if I'm done watching the content on here, let's say, like I said, I'm done watching You and I decide I want to play my PC. My PC is not going to just be turned on indefinitely. I'm not going to have it like just on all day. When I'm finished playing the computer, it's just really for gaming. That's all it's for. I'm going to turn the PC off, right? So I'm watching this content and then I have the TV set where when I turn the TV on, the Apple TV comes on. So, I mean, that's like I'm always going to turn the TV off with this being on. Before I go to bed, if I eat dinner, this is what I'm doing. So I'm going to go ahead and log in to my PC because I know the password, right? I'm done watching this. I hit home. I go PC. There we go. So what's happening here, if you can look closely, well, you can't look closely because this is all crazy. What's happening is that the two inputs are merging. I believe this is happening because the PC is set. I think it's a combination of variable refresh rate. And at the same time, I think it has something to do with the 144 hertz. I think what's happening is that signal probably from the Apple TV is going from 60 hertz and it's trying to switch itself, to go to 144 hertz. And what happens is there's just maybe a broken handshake or something going on. Again, sorry for this having to be so dramatic, but as I said in yesterday's video, my fix to this. Now, listen, I've never seen anyone on YouTube talk about this. Maybe it's not a widespread issue, but in my instance, my reviews come from me. They don't come from, general test patterns and things like that. This is just the real-time stuff for my perspective. I hit play, or I hold play. You got to pull up the game mode. I showed this yesterday. You go to this, game mode is on right now. There might be some blooming or the overexposure on the whites, but this right here is the game mode, it's on. I'm gonna turn it off. And now I can see what's going on. I need game mode on, obviously, because I want all of the VRR and all of that stuff. So I'm gonna turn it back on, and now we have no issues. You know, the TV is taking a moment to think. Once that comes on, we've got VRR on, we've got high dynamic range on, we've got 144 hertz on, input latency is fastest, resolution's 4K. Everything is set the way it needs to be. So that's just one thing I wanted to address. Let's address the second thing. All right, so the next thing we're gonna talk about is gonna be the 144 hertz option, okay? So listen, I just want to lead by saying that I find myself, like, I feel like, you know, I lead with respect. So I take all comments and I listen to them all. When you're playing on a PC, you should be able to, you're supposed to be able to just adjust your refresh rate and your resolution through the game. If the display can talk intimately to the graphics card and can get you all of the settings that you want. In order to get the lowest input latency out of this TV and many other TVs, the TV needs to be in game mode. The issue is I'm playing with an RTX 3090. Let me explain this to you. I sit about 15 feet, like where you guys are right now, where I have my camera because I moved my chair. You guys are about 15 feet from me right now. That's my sweet spot. That's my sweet spot. I'm okay with playing in QHD with that distance because it looks better than 1080p. It doesn't look as good as 4K, but with the distance, it's great. What QHD does is there's millions of pixels less than what 4K is, which means using a last generation 3090 on a new generation TV, I can still get away with having an enjoyable experience. Again, it's all personal preference. Now on my gaming setup, you know, I'm using a 4090, I'm playing in 4K, but I'm only like 5.5 feet away from the display. So I want all that pixel density. Hopefully that makes sense to you. The great thing about this TV is that natively, which means out of the box, it can support 144 hertz. That's fantastic. The higher the refresh rate, the lower the latency. We talked about that, right? Well, right now I cannot take advantage of any resolution that is QHD. Now, this might be overly exposed, so I'm just gonna read to you what it says, okay? I'm looking at the viewfinder. I got it set on 4K, which is native. It's 144 hertz. Under that, we've got 3840 by 1080. Under that, we've got 2560 by 1080. So right now, as of now, I can't in any way put my TV in QHD at 144 hertz through any game. It's just stuck like that. When I go back to the game bar, if I take the TV out of game mode, let's let it just switch. Now I have that as an option. I have 3840 by 2160, 2560 by 1600, 2560 by 1440, which is QHD, which is what I would personally, in my use case, I would rather use QHD on this setup. If I'm playing a video game, I'm trying to get less pixel density, but I want higher textures. I want to see the water. I want to see the grass blades, the hair, all of that stuff is really meaningful for me personally. So when I go down to the QHD resolution, it puts me in a position where when I'm actually trying to load a game, I can't get 144 hertz. What it does is it automatically puts the TV in like a wide aspect ratio. Now I'm going to card in the gaming review where I showed that, and I was playing Destiny. I don't have Destiny loaded right now. I don't have like any game that I feel like loading up right now to show you guys, but I just carded that video in so that you can kind of click on that to see as a reference. Anyway, guys, you know, I chime in, I look at the comments, and I appreciate the engagement. These are just two things that I felt like would be worthwhile for me to go back over and to discuss in depth. Hopefully you guys having a great day. The next video should be a G3. I'm currently creating that content. It's the morning. I just got up, thought it would be cool for me to shoot this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this edited, rendered, and put up on the channel. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. Peace, God bless, and as I always say, max love.